Mic check, mic check, mic check. Hope everybody having a blessed day. Hope you can hear the sound of my voice. We're gonna get started here in about a minute and some change. If you could drop a comment, let me know where you're listening in from. I'm just curious. All right, beautiful people. Mic check, mic check. All right, well, hope everybody can hear me. I don't see anything happening in the comments, but let's go ahead and get started with the weekly review. And of course, I switch over and my trading view is not showing. Good job, trading view. Oh, that's why. Because I had it minimized. There we go. Should be good to go now. All right, guys. So this week was not the best week ever, but that's okay. That's why we do weekly review, and that's why we go through and we review our charts. If you could, guys, let me know in the chat what's the audio levels like. Is the music too loud? Do I need to lower it down a little bit? Let me know. Give me your thoughts on in the comments. And if you're watching the replay, let me know the same as well. Alrighty, so overall, let me see what my weekly results were for this week. I know it wasn't beautiful, but it's okay. Let's see what we got. And guys, just so you know as well too, if you check the comment section of this video, we got some ways on how you can support the channel. TradingView has a $15 discount if you TradingView is free, but if you upgrade to a paid account, which is what you really want to do to get like a lot of alerts and stuff that I'm going to show you today, and if you do so through my link, you get 15 bucks discount or bonus, and I do as well. But it helps support the channel, doesn't cost you anything extra, and if you're going to utilize the tools, might as well help a brother out. So let's see what we did for the week. Where is my... There we go. My apologies. So pretty much break even. I gotta love it. Oh goodness. Get like a 0.40 reward for the week. So we don't leave that long though. So alright, so let's get into the trades, man. So NZD Swiss, that was one of the trades that I was looking at from a higher time frame structure, looking to potentially short it. If you look at it on the A chart, I believe we had some overall market structure being bearish, so I wanted to get in on that ride, even though we had a little bit of a push right here going upwards. But again, this lower high, lower low was the last leg of the bearish move. So until that gets broken, I'm still looking to short it, even though I have this short term bullish movement, but that could be just a pullback on the higher time. Anyway, going down to the 4 hour, we identified this particular, I'll call it a breaker block, but whatever the case may be, area where when price comes back, maybe it reacts there and gives me a short opportunity. And so as you can see, I had two different trades. Let me hide this one and zoom in. So this was the first touch of the area. Price came in, stopped, and then it went back up, and then it barely with my stop loss. then it came down into profit. That was very frustrating, but it happens in trading, so we're not gonna cry over spilled milk. But that's why we use proper risk management, and so therefore, yeah, you don't blow your account. But look at that, man. When I say it barely tapped my stop loss, it barely hit it. I'm talking about like a couple pipettes. But anyway, so price pulls back again, and so that's when that one was an L. We already established that, so let's go ahead and move that over, and let's go back and add that one back on. Nope, that was a short position. There we go. And so second entry happened after that wick. You know, we got back in with a stop loss above it, and so long story short, price came down, hit this bottom a couple of times, and this was actually one of my positive trades, even though eventually it went and hit the stop loss. I got out somewhere around this area because it made this low after it ran my stop loss. It dropped and made this low, and then it made this temporary high, but it wasn't breaking this low. It was having trouble breaking this low. So I ended up getting out somewhere around here for like a 0.5% positive. It didn't run lower like I thought it would, and eventually that was a good thing that I got out because I didn't like the way market wasn't pushing down. Again, if this is a bearish trend, you know, you got this big old bearish candle coming in, you're expecting price to get moving, right? I'm not expecting it to hang around forever. So it hung around forever. It wasn't making lower lows, and so therefore I went ahead and closed positive and said, you know what, on to the next one. This trade's not playing out like I thought it would, so cash out, make some money, and keep it moving. So that was NZD Swiss, and that was one of the setups. Again, drop a comment if y'all can, y'all. Let me know that you're here, that my mic is working, that you hear my voice, and everything is working on this software. But yeah, so here's the next one. We got Euro CAD. All right, let me get rid of this. God dang it. Session breaks. All right, so price made this bullish run, taking out this level. I believe I talked about this in a prior video. But anyway, price finally came down to an area where I would look to buy. Again, you want to sell high, buy low, right? So I'm waiting for price to come down in this area. Then I'm looking to take advantage of the lower prices for a potential continuation. So kind of like how it happened back here. You had this low that was made, price ran up, taking out a prior structure level high. And so when the price comes down, you want to be buying down here. You don't want to be buying up here after it just made a new high and the price is at all-time high, right? So think about like if you go to the store, right? You know, you buying something and the price is now 20 bucks. All right, would you rather buy that 20 bucks or at 9? Especially if it's something that you value and you think is going to go up in price, which is what we're doing when we do our market analysis, right? We're looking at the price making higher highs and higher lows. So when the price is down, we're not looking at, oh wow, I don't want to buy it now, I'm gonna wait till the price gets higher. No, you want to buy it at a discount. So anyway, long story short, this was my area that I had marked up on the 4-hour. Actually, I had it marked up on the day chart. Yeah, this last bearish candle before this impulse up that broke this prior structure level. So when price comes back here, we want to expect a reaction. And as you see, we did have a reaction there, just didn't have an explosive reaction, but that's okay because that's how the market is. So price came and hit this level, my alert went off, but I wasn't paying attention at the time, and so price ran up. And so when that happened, as you can see, price shot up, breaking this level of resistance, quote unquote. And yeah, so when price was coming back down to this area, I wanted to look to get in at a discount in hopes that price will continue. But as you can see, that didn't happen. All right, price came down, hit this level, was having trouble making higher highs. All right, and then eventually it came and it smashed down. So Euro CAD, let me see, I'll take some money on Euro CAD. I want to say I closed a little bit of it because I didn't like the way that it, yeah, so Euro CAD, I actually made money on that one, so that's a good thing. So didn't take a L on that one. Actually, I took one L and I made some of it back. So there you go. Ended up making like 0.25%. Yeah, so whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, didn't work out. like EU did a couple weeks ago where it took off. But again, we follow our process. We use proper risk management. If we go through a losing streak of 3 or 4 trades, you know, we're not rewriting the book and looking for another strategy because this one, quote unquote, doesn't work. No, it's just that, you know, sometimes things go astray. And so yeah, next week we'll be doing the exact same thing, man. Looking at market structure on a higher time frame, wait for price to get to an area where we can buy low or sell high. All right, so EuroCAD took a L there. Now GJ was a funny one. On GJ, as you can see, I had this 4-hour point of interest area marked up from the 4-hour time frame. As you can see, we had this drop off right here in the market. So looking at it as when market comes back up to this area, that we should get a reaction of some bearish energy showing up, which we did. Just didn't get a ton of it. Again, that's the theme of this week. Is not getting the full effect. But hey, needless to say, we still got some action out of GJ. As we can see right here, we had price come into that area, which is what I do. I set an alert just below the zone, my area of interest, and I look to enter based off of a smaller time frame movement once it gets into that area. So once the price gets up into this point of interest area, I go down to a smaller time frame, like a 15-minute or maybe the 5 or even sometimes the 1 minute, and I wait for the market to start to show bearish energy. Because what's going to happen, the 1 minute has to go bearish, and then the 3 minute has to go bearish, and then the 5 minute chart has to go bearish until eventually the 4 hour is bearish, and the 2 hour and the 8 hour and the day, right? Because price is fractal like that, right? It has to go bearish on a minute before it can go bearish on the 3 minute, right? So anyway, price gets into that area, and if we go down to like the 5 minute, you'll see that price started to show some signs of bearish energy potentially coming in. All right, you had this particular high made, lower high, higher high, right? And then price eventually breaks this past higher low right there, right? Price breaks down. So when price pulls back up, I'm looking to get into the market because I'm hoping that it's going to do what? I'm hoping that it's going to continue its bearish energy like so. And as you can see in that case, it did. So we got a nice little W on GBP JPY in the middle of the week. You see this was Wednesday. That was a good trade. I didn't catch all this. I believe I took partials around this area just because, again, looking at this level, that's why this up move began. So maybe when price gets back there, we get a reaction, which you can see we did. Price kind of struggled right there, breaking lower, then it came back and pulled back some more. But anyway, so that was a W on that trade. And as you can see, we got in again based off of this particular area right here. Let me hide this. And let me get rid of this. All right. So again, price made a new low, breaking prior structure. All right, broke this structure too. That's mean probably we got some more bearish energy coming. So when price comes back up to this particular area where this last little, I'm sorry, not little, but last bullish candle. Let me zoom in some so we can see it. And let's get rid of some of these. So as you can see, this candle right here, which is a bullish candle, made you think maybe bullish energy is coming in, but then it went straight the other direction, right? So when price comes back to that area, I want to look to get in. Again, I don't want to, in this case, I want to sell high, right? So price breaks down like this. I don't want to start putting in my sell opportunities right here with my stop loss way up here. Look at that large range that you're going to have for your stop loss. No, I want to be patient as a trader, disciplined and consistent, and wait for price to come back up to an area higher up where I believe the bears will come back in and start to bring price lower. And as you guys can see, that's exactly what happened. Price came up in here, hit this level, had trouble breaking higher, then eventually fell off. Again, got another 1 to 1.5 risk reward trade. And again, I'm looking to target areas where price showed bullish energy, which is the opposite of my bearish move or my short opportunity, right? So that's why my TP was right here. Price hit it and tore through it, but that's okay. We don't know what it's going to do. It could hit that level and then went the other way and kept going the other way. So again, right here, I'm taking partials. If I'm looking for a longer term move, then I will let that partial that I left open run. But in this case, I just closed it out and kept it moving. All right, so price came back again. Let me get rid of all this, y'all. Let me see. I can hit control, highlight all of that, and hit delete. Bam. So price comes back up again, y'all, and it starts to play around, right? So if you guys can see in the background, let me see if I can. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I got this one. That's a bigger time frame, but right here, I was looking to short, had a stop loss up here, and took a L on that one. All right. So again, nothing really to write home about. I believe that one was from a higher time frame setup. Yeah. So I was thinking, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get in for a short and see if it's gonna run lower to come over here, where you see why I had this particular note to myself that GBP JPY was crossing this particular area, and I'm gonna take off 80% of the position. Well, price never came back down there, so I took an L on that one. So as you guys can see, got a lot of up and down going on this week. And so next up we got GJ. I'm sorry, EU. So EU was another one. Same old story, y'all. It's kind of boring, but hey, that's what it is when it comes to trading. You find your edge, you consistently trade it, and you diligently run the play. All right. So price again had this bullish impulse, breaking these level of structures right here on the higher time frame. So when price comes back, this is my discount area. This is where I'm looking to buy low, sell high. All right. So when price comes down to this 4-hour level where I'm looking for bulls to show up, as you can see, price did come and bounce right here. Now, did it go ballistic and go all the way back to the top? No, but that's okay, because guess what? I got in on a position, price moved up. Again, I'm gonna look, remember, I'm on a lower time frame, right? I'm looking for market to do what? Hit my area, show me some bullish tendency, and then we get involved, right? So price comes into this area. If I can zoom in, let me get in here. There we go. All right, so price comes in and it gets to doing this thing, right? Low or high, got a low there. Price doesn't come over here, it makes a higher high on this side. So this is the area where you're looking at, ooh, maybe I can get involved, right? So price comes back down into this level, and that's where we like, okay, cool, let's get it. I really wanted to come down a little bit lower, all right, but if you look at this particular level right here, where price pulled back just before it went ballistic, that's what we was looking at. And so when price came back into this level, we took an opportunity to get in on it. And as you can see, it went up, but it didn't go ballistic again. On this 1 minute time, a 5 minute time frame, it looks like a lot of movement, but it's not. So again, remember, I got on that off a 4-hour level, so I'm expecting 4 hour worth of movement, right? Well, price comes up, plays around for several days, and guess what? It ends up taking out a small take profit, stop profit that I had, because again, price was making these higher highs and higher lows. And so eventually you want to protect your trade, because you know this could happen, right? So either you take partials, or you move your stop loss to break even, or you move your stop loss into profit. So where if the price does reverse and go the other way and doesn't play out the way you thought it would, you can go ahead and bank some money, aka protect your capital, right? And so in that example, boo-hoo, came back and hit my stop loss. So wasn't a very fun week of trading. Wasn't any impressive results this week, but that's how it is sometimes, y'all. You're gonna have good weeks, you're gonna have okay weeks, and you're gonna have bad weeks. So to me, this week was an okay week. It was not a bad week. I didn't lose 6, 7%, 10% of my account, right? Took a couple L's, didn't have a great week, but that's okay. The capital is still protected, and I'm still here to fight. I live to fight another day, right? So at the end of the day, that's one of the biggest things that you want to do, guys. You want to utilize proper risk management and making sure that you know what you're risking before you get into the trade, as far as the dollar amount, right? Not necessarily the pips all right, or the lot size, but the actual dollars spent. So if the stop loss gets hit, what's gonna come out of your account? 200, 150, 2,000, whatever, right? Know that before you take the trade and be okay with it. If you're not okay with it, lower the risk, right? Lower the risk. It may be 0.5%, it's $5,000 for your account. If that makes you squirmish and makes you start to be nervous when price starts to draw down, then lower your risk to 0.25%, to half of that, or whatever amount is comfortable for you. But don't risk your account unless you're okay with it. Again, I'm a conservative trader. I understand it's a long-term game. I'm trading probabilities in the market. No strategy is 100%. It's not gonna always work out to the T by the book. And if that's what you're expecting disappointment, because it's not going to happen. Trading is not going to be 100% consistency. You know, could you get on a winning streak where you feel like it could be that consistent? Yes, but 9 times out of 10, that's not going to be the case. So, but all right, guys, I know it's, you know, hopefully these videos are adding value. Again, if you're watching the recording or if you're live with me, drop a comment or suggestion if you have anything for me. But that's all I got, man. Again, wasn't a really epic week, man. Nothing special. Just a couple of disappointments. So, how's the audio too, guys? Let me know how the audio is. All right, beautiful people. So if you made it to the end of this video, man, do me a favor, drop a comment that says prop firm. Alrighty. So for those that don't know, I did get funded through my Forex funds. I am so mad I have not taken advantage of prop firms earlier. And if you're not familiar with prop firms are companies that will fund traders. You pay a small deposit, you take a challenge, prove that you're a profitable, effective trader, and if you do so and pass the challenges, aka follow their rules when it comes to the trading, and show that you're able to do so, they reward you with a account much more than what you put down for a deposit. So for instance, $500 gets you access to a $100,000 account if you pass the challenge phase and everything. So that being said, oh, did I lose my connection? Oh lordy. Okay, guys, well, I'm gonna go ahead and kill the stream though. But guys, give me some feedback on these formats. Let me know if you're enjoying this, if it's adding any value to you. And you guys have a blessed day. I'll see you guys next week, next Saturday.